Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And wow, Magician energy, Magus, Mercury, the trickster, the juggler, the illusionist. Let's see what's going on with this energy. This is real wisdom here. This is leading us to a 4. The Fool. Oh gosh. Interesting. Wow. Look at that. This is something else. This is something. Let's select our mystery card before we get too far into this. One card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're going to put Mr. Ed here on top. Now, we're not going to look at that till the very end. Okay. And that is going to tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end. Okay. Now, let's look at these energies. We got a lot going on here. We've got major. We've got some fire. We got some water. Don't have any air energy. We have some air in the form of the Fool and the Justice or Adjustment card, right? Pure air and then balanced, refined, adjusted air, differentiated air with this Libra energy. This is very cool. And then, of course, we have earth. I like that we have major arcana going right down the center here, right? The vertical axis of the path of the dove is all major arcana. We are evolving, we are growing, we are transforming. We are perhaps doing so intentionally, right? Maybe we are taking an active role in our own growth, our own transformation, our own evolving, our own becoming. Maybe we're learning new skills. Maybe we're furthering our education. Whatever it is, we're learning new magic, right? Because underneath it all, we don't want to have any limitations on ourselves. We want to be free. We want to be happy. We want to have confidence. We want to be free. We want to be stable. We want to have this 4 of Pentacles. Well, let's start with the Mercury energy, though. Let's start with this, the Magician, the Magus, the Trickster, the Juggler, the Illusionist. This could be our continued desire to learn and grow. Maybe we are learning a new skill, right? Maybe you're trying to learn some different languages, learn some different practical skills, trying to learn some new magic. And magic is just a science that we don't understand yet. Science is just a magic for which we haven't discovered the laws and rules to yet, right? There's no difference. I feel like we're trying to learn new things, new skills, new things, in an attempt to have more choice, to have more stability. Maybe it's a situation where you're trying to really, increase your value to your employer, that sort of thing, right? We're trying to learn new skills. We're trying to kind of cross-train different departments so that we are worth more to the company that we work for. Maybe we can ask for a raise, right? But I think it's just a means to feel a little bit more stable, right? If you're someone that knows a lot of things, then it kind of gives you a little bit more security, right? The 4 of Pentacles, safety, security, stability. This is your health, your wealth, This is your fitness, your finances. Learning new things so that we can become this stable 4 of Pentacles energy. And from that 4, I think it leads us into this 5 of Wands, leads us into this confidence. It leads us into moving our creative energy, right? We need this stable and safe home base, right? As Cancers, we need to have a home that feels comfortable and safe for us. From there, we can get both of these. From there, we can pursue what our spiritual goals are and our kind of internal goals and our external goals, which I think both are centered in this idea of freedom, of uniqueness. This is freedom not only of movement, but freedom of expression. This is the freedom for us to be who we are with no restrictions, right? No limitations. The limitations usually come from ourselves, from our past, from our experiences, etc. I think this is some energy that we're going to be really happy, you know? I think we're about to be very, very happy. We're focused on our growth. You know, Death card. Death card's about understanding the process, that time moves on whether we like it or not. So we better be trying to grow, trying to expand our awareness, expand our knowledge, expand our experience. We're trying to, let's do as much as we can. Let's continue to learn and grow, rather than not having that Fool energy, and yet the Death card's still going to be up here, right? And, you know, I don't want to get morbid with this reading, but I think it's something, Cancer, I think that's something that you're aware of. Death is always looming over all of us, right? And this gives us the idea that time is short. Before we know it, this card, this energy is going to be right behind us. Castaneda would say, let's use death as an advisor. Let's always be aware that death is only 2 steps behind us. Always. And that might spark us into action, right? That might prompt us to, like, okay, let's do it now. All those things that you wanted to learn, all those things you wanted to learn how to, you know, I don't know what, different skills, different experiences. You want to learn another language. You want to learn how to cook. You want to learn how to, I don't know, wakeboard or something. Let's do it, you know? Let's do it, because that is going to, one, it's going to keep us young, right? This is the Fool energy. This is our real kind of internal desire. This is what we're trying to let this out, trying to bring this to the surface. And the Fool, this is one happy Fool, right? Because the Fool is down here beneath all of this. All it can see is what's right above it. So the Fool is going through life not aware that death is looming. It's just doing, it's being happy, learning stuff, growing, like building something, and is confident and happy and outgoing and just has no idea that time is running out for all of us. And again, I don't mean to be morbid, but it's a necessary awareness, right? We don't want to lose sight of that fact, because then we can just say, well, you know, I'll learn that thing tomorrow. I'll be happy tomorrow. You know, I'll do these things that really satisfy my soul. I'll do them tomorrow. Right? Well, we have a finite number of tomorrows in this life. We're not talking about reincarnation and afterlives and all that stuff. Right here, right now. Okay? But the Fool's not aware of that, and I think that's kind of the difference between wisdom and folly, the awareness of this death energy, right? The sage is just a fool who is aware that there is a finite number of tomorrows. The Fool doesn't know. The Fool doesn't care about anything, really, just wants to experience all of these things and anything else that comes its way. Well, maybe there's a little bit of an idea of prioritizing here too. Maybe the Mercury energy here is saying we have to have, whoops, if I can get my camera to work, we have to have a little bit of a plan. I hit the wrong button. We have to have a little bit of a plan, but we also have to have a little spontaneity. It's okay to hit the wrong button sometime, you know? It's okay to try things and not worry about if you make a mistake. Not worry about, man, this turns out wasn't really right for us. We can assert ourselves. We can put ourselves out there. Even if sometimes we hit the wrong button on this gizmo contraption, thing that I have over here. It's all right. It's all right. The main important thing, if we look at it, see, I hit the right button there. The important thing is that we are asserting ourselves, that we're taking action, right? The Five of Wands, it's a card about fighting, yeah. Strife, yeah. It's about movement of the vital energy. It's about movement not only of our creativity, but movement of our body, movement of our energy, right? At a fundamental level. So we are looking for safety, security, and stability. And this is something that's necessary, I think, for everyone, but especially for Cancer. We're looking for a kind of a solid home base. And from here, we can branch out, we can reach out. And this is a reinforcing kind of thing too. And there's the cat to reinforce it. The more we put ourselves out there, the more we learn, the more of this stability we achieve. It's stability through change. Even we see that over here. Stability through change, right? This is change. This is change. This is, well, it's change. These are all moving energies. And I think the ultimate thing that we want is, I think this Ace of Cups is very important. I think we have an idea of what it means for us to be happy. This is going to look different for everyone. This is our Holy Grail. This is the Holy Grail that the Chariot card is holding, right? In that depiction in the Thoth deck, which we don't have here, maybe the mystery card. We understand what happiness is to us. And now we don't want to waste any more time. We want to work on being happy. We want to do things that are going to make us happy. Learn things, have experiences, make mistakes, hit the wrong button on your camera thing. It's all part of the experience. It's all part of this foolishness, but this is also the wisdom. Because we know that our time is limited and we better start getting happy now, not tomorrow. Yeah. My cat's up there being real happy right now. So I like this. I like this flow of energy. I like what we have here. This is really, and it's all to create this kind of safety, this structure. We're building our life up. And this could be something as simple as, you're trying to expand your knowledge, a little continued education so that you're worth more to the company that you work for. This could be a very business-like, very career-oriented reading. We do have a lot of earth energy over here. Okay, so it could be. But I think this is more about our overall existence. This is something that is bigger picture, right? Bigger picture. Because, I think for me, I'm a solar Cancer too. I don't know if I've said that before. My sun is in Cancer. And there's a whole long list of things that I want to do, that would make me feel like I'm growing, that I'm stabilizing myself through continued growth. I want to learn languages. I want to learn new sciences and new skills and new art forms. I want to consume as much knowledge and wisdom and experience as I can, right? We have to prioritize. We have to be a little bit discerning on on what we do. We know the things that make us happy. Let's start doing them now. 5 of Wands in tomorrow's energy. This is tomorrow. We better be, let's not wait until tomorrow, right? Let's bring that 5 of Wands right here, right now. The only moment we have is right now. We better start acting, doing these things, doing all of these things right now. Because really it's just this moment and the inevitable, 13th mystery of the tarot. This is all there is in reality. It's us. It's our life right now in this infinite moment. There is no tomorrow. There is no yesterday. It's just right now. And this thing is always looming over us. Okay? Let's go to the path of the serpent now. See a lot of new things. This is your general energy, beginnings. The seed of new abundance, new growth, new things happening, right? I think you're in this place now. You're ready to begin. We have also this Ace of Cups, right? The Ace of Cups now becoming an Ace of Discs. You know what makes you happy, and now we're starting to do that. Now we're taking the steps. We know what we need to plant in order to grow this abundance, right? So I don't think really it's that we're going to be happy in the future, that we are working toward our happiness. I think we got to be happy right now. This very moment, let's plant a seed for happiness. Let's do something that makes us happy right now. And I'm not talking about just our superficial desires. It'd feel really good for me right now to have a nice big cup of tea. I've been drinking water lately. I think I've been drinking too much tea. I think it's been affecting my voice. So now I just have plain water. Just plain water. I'm not talking about those desires, but see, just me having water now, I know that is helping me to create a stability and a happiness because I'm doing something that is more lasting, something that has a deeper effect on me. It's not just satisfying my taste buds right now. That's very kind of surface level. It's satisfying something deeper because it keeps my voice a little bit healthier, so that I'm able to do this work. And this is my happy place, right? This is where I feel like this is where I feel like I'm a little bit of the fool and a little bit of the sage, right? Most of the time more fool than sage, but so it's not about the surface desires, right? It's about doing something that is really giving you that deeper satisfaction because it's helping you to continue manifesting your Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is this right here is the happy place, right? We want to continue manifesting our Ace of Cups, our happiness right here, right now. But it doesn't mean just satisfying these immediate desires, right? And that, I think, is a very important distinction to make because we could go through life just satisfying every desire. You want a cup of tea, have a cup of tea. You want some ice cream, have some ice cream. Which is fine. I'm not saying that we should deny ourselves every pleasure. That's not it either. I think there's a balance that we need to find, And if having the cup of tea right now is going to affect what is really meaningful to me, which is doing this reading, then I'm going to choose to not have the tea right now. Maybe I'll have it later, where I don't have to talk afterwards, So it's not about rejecting our desires, but being discerning, knowing when and how and where to do what we do. And that leads us to this 2 of Pentacles, the choices. Everything in your environment is a choice. If we want to, if we want to have our happiness If we want to manifest, well, maybe we'll put the Ace of Cups. If we want to manifest our happiness, if we want to be happy right now, we've got to make moment-to-moment choices. Everything in our environment is a choice. I could choose to have the tea now, but I think that's going to really limit my Ace of Cups right now. Because, yeah, it'll taste good for a second, but then my voice is going to get all hoarse, and I'm going to just, it's a mess. It's not, you don't want it. I don't want it. So I can make the choice now to just drink water, because I think that's going to give me the biggest bang for my buck, right? The biggest payoff, the deeper satisfaction, the more spiritual, soulful satisfaction than just my surface desire. So the Two of Pentacles is all about choice. Choosing right now between me and my environment. What choice can I make right this second that's going to bring me the most manifestation of my spiritual will, my spiritual desires, not the surface level desires. Okay? That's what the Two is about. And that's why it's in the position of our environment. That's why it's in the position of the timing and our relationship with the environment. Everything is a choice. And know that every choice is a seed of karma. I have the tea now. I satisfy an initial desire. Maybe I get a little bit of this cup energy. But I'm also creating this karma because in a few minutes, my throat's going to get dry. It's going to get all just, not nice, not good. So we understand how each choice is this seed that we're planting, right? For what, and it might come to fruition moments later or years later, even, we don't know, right? Now, more earth energy, 5. This is what we don't want. We don't want uncertainty. We don't want worry. We don't want change and anxiety. We want stability. We want the 4. If this is a career thing, we want to keep our job. We want to know that our job is secure, that I'm making choices now. Maybe the choice now is, well, I can either leave early. That'll feel good right now, but it doesn't, in the long run, it's not really gonna give me the Ace of Cups that I want. So maybe we make the choice here to stay a little bit later, get a little bit more of our work done, and that gives us more of this stability that we're looking for, right? We don't want to have to worry about our job, about our income, about our home, our family. There's enough uncertainty in life, right? We don't want to add to it through our own choices. We already know that this thing is looming over us. We don't want to rush it, right? And we don't want to give ourselves anything else to worry about. We had enough. We've got enough to worry about already with this one. So I can see why we're rejecting a 5 of Pentacles. But this is also this is kind of the motivator too, right? It's kind of like having that death card looming. Because everything is uncertain, it makes us even more aware of the responsibility we have in each moment. If we're trying to stabilize our life a little bit and get to this kind of happy place, I know it's kind of a silly thing to call it, but to get to a stable life where we are happy, right? We have to understand and we have to welcome the uncertainty, because then it elicits a response from us. This is the stimulus, right? That elicits our response. And each response is a seed of future stimuli. Now, the end here is this Justice or Adjustment card. And this is a few things. This is our ability to weigh the options, to be able to see the effects, this kind of karmic effect that we were talking about, to understand all of the implications as much as possible of what the choices that I make now, what are the seeds that I'm planting, and what is the stimuli that's coming down the line. This is the card that kind of understands that. That's the energy that can kind of balance also balance the immediate desires for the kind of long-term desires, or the deeper desires, the more soul satisfaction rather than the surface satisfaction. Yeah. This is a very discerning card. It can kind of weigh the different things. Should I satisfy this desire now, or should I postpone that desire to fulfill an even greater desire? Right? Like my dilemma with the tea in the mornings, or during the readings. You know, I film in the morning. So it's that part of us that can judge and weigh those options, you know. This reading seemed like it was kind of all over the place, right? We had a lot of stuff going on. Let's put these cards back here. I think we should take a look at the mystery card. I don't trust Mercury, I'll tell you that. Because this is kind of the idea maybe of, you know, if we are gaining knowledge, learning new skills, we may feel like we're creating this stability, but maybe that stability, maybe this Four of Pentacles is an illusion. Maybe Mercury is just, maybe there's something that they're not telling us, right? Let's look at the mystery card. Thank you, Mr. Ed, for giving us that mystery card. Let's see. You know, I think it's going to be water energy. We don't have a lot of it, you see. We only have this ace here. And the ace is, this is the source. This is us knowing where our happiness comes from. But let's see it in act. Let's see it fulfilled. Let's see it here. Let's get a 9 of Cups, you know, or at least a 6. I think a 6 or a 9 is what we want here. Because a 6, see, we have 4 here. We have 5 here. Maybe this is the stability, but this is still some uncertainty. Maybe the 6 is us finding the peace and the harmony and the tranquility amidst all of the change, right? Maybe this is the illusion of stability, or the temporary stability. This is the movement. Well, maybe it's in this process, this tug of war, this push and pull. Maybe it's in this kind of process, this fluctuation, that we find the 6. We find the stability and the harmony amidst all of the motion, right? Amidst all of the change and choices and karma and uncertainty. Maybe that's where we find the real stability. Maybe this idea of Mercury saying that, well, if you just keep growing and learning and evolving and expanding, you'll create this stability. Maybe the stability is the illusion here. Let's look at the mystery card. I think 6. I think it's 6, right? No. It's a 10. And the 10 of Cups is the fulfillment of every desire. The 10 is being completely happy. Everything that you wanted, we're filled, right? We have everything that we need. So it's kind of Mercury saying, yes, that the more you learn and grow and evolve and expand, you're going to get everything you want. You're going to have full happiness, right? This is kind of Mercury with a sly grin saying, oh, you're going to be very, very happy. But see, this reveals something about Mercury, right? Just the fact that this is a 10 reveals something about this card. They kind of betrayed themselves here. Should have just given us the 9 of Cups and we would have been content. No, we got a 10. Because the 10 is this happy life. Look how happy that card is. Everything you want, all desires are filled. This is the most joyous life that we could live. There's a problem with this, though. Because if we get everything we want, every desire satisfied, then we forget about this card looming. We forget that there's more work to do. We've done it all. We've finished. We've completed our happiness. We've got all of our joy. That's it. So this card has the potential to make us too content, right? Too complacent, maybe a little too happy. that we stop growing. We stop trying to expand. We stop evolving. We stop learning, right? Which is all the stuff that Mercury wants us to do anyway. So maybe we don't quite want the 10. Maybe a 9 would have been better. But this card, I think, is important. And I'm glad we got this because it reminds us that no matter how much joy or happiness we have in our life, let's not forget that we have to keep moving. We have to keep growing and evolving and expanding, right, and learning. And that continued movement is what gives us the stability, right? We don't get the stability in the even-numbered cards, right? The 4, the 10, even if we would have had a 6, right? That's the illusion of stability. Because even when we get to the 10, we think the 10 is the last number in the decimal system, right? It's the return to unity. It's the most stable you could get. That's the biggest illusion of them all, that once you fulfill all of your desires, once you get your entire life is perfect, that's when you most need to keep moving forward, right? Because that kind of complacency is what can corrupt us and can stop us from moving, and we lose all stability. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, we're going to do an extended Cancer. If you would like to stick around for that, click on the link either above or below in the description box. New readings come out every day, 6 a.m. Chicago time. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you, and thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.